doing?
Working out. 95, 96, 97, 98.
Come on.
99.
One more.
Where am I?
Go. Davey, wake up! Come on, Davey. You awake now?
I think.
Wow, that should wake you up. Hey, welcome back to another edition of the RobZFitness Show. I'm your host, Zulkoski.
And I'm Davey Ferraro.
And we're coming to you live here on Wednesday at 12 noon. And today's topic, we're going to talk about sleep deprivation. The reason why chronically this nation is under attack as far as not getting enough sleep. And we've become a very tired and chronically deprived nation as far as sleeping is concerned, Davey.
Definitely right, Rob. And one of the things we do, we live at a fast pace. We're always on the go. Things are open 24 hours, restaurants, banks, even Starbucks, those types of things are open 24 hours. So we're working around the clock, and we know that studies show that people who are working a nighttime shift actually show increase in possibly health problems. And you kind of wonder why. We're going to talk a little bit more of that as the show goes on.
It's estimated, David, that this population here in the past decade or century, how people are getting about 2 hours less sleep now than they were years ago. And there's another big reason why illnesses continue to go up, and I think you're going to talk about a few of those here right now.
Definitely. We all need a certain number of sleep, to function properly and to kind of get through our daily activities.
Right.
And we know that there's certain things as far as hours of sleep goes. I know that if we get under 6 hours of sleep, you have a certain hormones that are working against you. You probably have a sedentary lifestyle. You might have some effects of alcohol, maybe even smoking, and that'll possibly lead to overweightness or possibly even obese.
Right.
Guess what, Rob? The same thing happens when you get more than 9 hours of sleep in one night.
Well, I know sleep deprivation kind of also weakens the immune system too. If you're getting too much or too little sleep, which a lot of our nation is, that the immune system really takes a toll and gets hit quite a bit. And these illnesses, such as diabetes, the common cold, whatnot, I mean, they really start to hit you.
Exactly. You do get sick, and probably one of the things that they recommend as a doctor is get some rest.
Right.
And we also know that there's certain types of sleep. We know that slow wave sleep, which happens probably in the first cycle, the first period of once you fall asleep, is that actually helps increase your growth hormone, which is especially important for most of our clients who are working out, trying to improve their health and their performance and how they look. And we know all that has a big a part of it. And those things are extremely important, and we know that if we don't get that amount of sleep or enough sleep, that we might have some injuries, and our results are not going to be as good as if they were if we had possibly a certain number of sleep. And I'm talking about getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep. You want to stay in between that 6 and 9 hours, and that should help you out a lot.
Especially obesity, if you're getting under your hours, you tend to eat more. You want that caffeine and etc., things like that to keep you kind of boosted up. But what we're going to talk about right now, David, we're going to talk about the 9 tips to get in a good night's sleep. Okay, and the first thing is you want to keep a very good sleep schedule and try to get your consistent 7-8 hours of sleep, which means going to bed about the right time every single week.
Exactly.
And that's one of your first tips is trying to get some good sleeping habits.
One of the things that we also promote, Rob, is number 2 is exercise daily.
Right.
I know if I exercise, I almost in a sense wear myself out, but it actually helps me get a better night's rest. And you kind of want to avoid exercising like 4 to 6 hours before, you don't want to exercise right before you go to bed.
Right.
Give about 4 to 6 hours of exercise, and then go to bed about later from there on.
So ideally, you probably want to work out, in the mornings, the afternoons, maybe early evening, so you can get that rest that you need before you fall asleep, so you can fall asleep right on time. The third step is you really want to avoid nicotine.
Yep.
You want to avoid caffeine as much as you can before you go to bed. But
Coffee, tea.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, alcohol. Okay, these are some good steps, some things you really want to try to stay away from. Although I do know someone who has caffeine right before they go to bed, but if they can fall asleep, more power to them. But for most people, this is one of the issues that you want to stay away from.
You're exactly right, Rob. And another point that we want to bring up is you never really want to go to bed on a full stomach, especially after eating something that's carb-based, which will rise your blood sugar,
right?
Which it kind of slows down certain hormones, and hormones actually start working against you.
Right.
I know if I eat right before I go to bed, as far as something that's sugary, I'm kind of up all night, and it's hard for me to get to sleep. So definitely don't want to go to bed on a full stomach.
Another tip is to maybe cut down on those napping times. There are some times where I do feel sleep deprived. I have to be honest with you. I get about 6 hours of sleep, probably on average, especially during the week, because it's so busy. But at times I do need a power nap. And if you can get your 10, 20, 30 minutes worth of power nap, no longer than that, that's about the amount of time that you want to take a nap. Nothing longer than that, but if you can stay away from that, you shouldn't have a time to very improvement.
Exactly right, Rob. Another thing that we want to do is you want to wake up with the sun. I've always said you want to maximize your darkness hours spent sleeping. You want to maximize your daylight hours spent awake.
Right.
And you often see that, and people who do that, such as your farmers, and they actually get better nights of rest, and they're ready prepared for the next day to come.
Right. Another tip is if you are sleeping, you are going to bed, and you wake up at night for any reason, the thing that you want to do is you definitely don't want to get on the lawnmower. And the next tip was what you want to do is if you can't sleep at night, Davey, you definitely want to get out of bed and do something. Not like mowing the lawns like these guys right in the middle of the night. It's going to keep you awake too long. But if you're getting frustrated, maybe get up, read a book, turn on the light, or maybe read a book. The last thing you want to do is probably just stay there and just roll around and feel very extremely uncomfortable. But do something that's a little bit productive, maybe reading a book until you feel tired and you fall asleep again.
Definitely. One thing you also, you might want to do also is just be comfortable. That might be something I know at my house. I set the AC down about 72.
Right.
So it's cool in my room. It's nice. It's comfortable. Everything that helps tremendously. I couldn't sleep if it was hot. It's nice. It's cool. It makes all the difference in the world to get that extra sleep and to fall asleep fast.
Right. And one thing that I like to do, this is the final tip here, is you really want to relax before you do go to bed. I like to lay and watch some TV a little bit. That may stimulate my brain a little bit. I tell you what, my body's repairing. It's laying down for about an hour before I go to sleep, so I'm really kind of winding down before I do head off to sleep.
Yeah, we know if you fail to sleep, you almost lose out.
Right.
So there's some tips that we want to talk about is becoming a better sleep management, and probably the number one is your bed large enough?
Right.
Are you comfortable? Your mattress, your pillows. You might have to flip your mattress over. There's certain things that you can do to make it a little bit easier to fall asleep.
Right.
Turn the lights out. Dark setting.
Exactly.
Cool, makes all the difference in the world.
Exactly. Probably the next tip here to create a better sleep environment is just kind of prepare your room before you do fall asleep. This is the one thing that if I could improve, it would be this. I know my wife, we have our computer in her room. She has the lights on, the TV's on, and she's doing her things on the computer, sending out emails. But this is not a very good environment. You really want to turn off the lights, turn off the TV, and really focus in a quiet, warm environment with the covers on where you can fall asleep very comfortably.
Yep, you're exactly right. And stick to a schedule. That's probably the biggest thing with me. Right. On weekends, you tend to sleep in a little longer. If you can go to bed and make it a point, almost make an appointment with yourself to go to bed.
Right.
Go to bed, same time every night, wake up, same time every morning. Don't interrupt that schedule at all, and you should be fine.
You should get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That's the bottom line. Get your 7 to 8 hours sleep. Get very comfortable when you're falling asleep. Wake up without hitting that alarm. I know when my alarm goes up, I'm up right away.
Exactly.
I have my alarm set up where I have to get up to shut it off. Yep. If I had it closer to bed, there's a possibility that you could be snoozing. And that's not a good way to wake up also.
If I heard a quote one time that said, a good night's rest is just 5 minutes more. So, we all have tendencies of hitting the snooze. So.
Right.
Alarm goes off, get up, spring out of bed, and start your daily activities.
So anyway, that's our show for this week about sleep deprivation. But anyway, I hope you learned something today. We want to always encourage you. If you have some questions or comments about us, you can always write us or email us, about certain topics that you may want us to cover here. But anyway, if you have any questions or comments to us, please write them down.
Definitely. Well, I'm one of your hosts, Davey Ferraro.
And I'm Rob Zulkoski. Until next time, get a good workout, but better yet, get a good night's sleep.
Exactly right.